VanCam. This is VanCam you waited for. I tell you what, Steve, I had a horrible dream last night. A nightmare, it kept me up. I would not have wished it upon my worst enemy. It was your mum on top of me saying, "Ride me like a donkey. Hee-ho, hee-ho." We ate Liverpool and Man City. At 8 PM I have a cup of tea. How are you doing, everybody? I am Kev Ashford and you are very welcome to this week's edition of the not world famous... Oh yes, it is time for VanCam. What can I say about this week? I've got loads to get through, man. Manchester United are going back to Wembley. Spurs is home and we just went in there and ripped shit up and won 2-1. That's mint because that means that we're going back. FA Cup final against Chelsea. It's time for Mourinho to go, "Do you know what? I never loved you lot anyway. You're all dickheads and we're going to win the FA Cup." That's what I think anyway. Coming up in this week's show, I will be discussing the match. Obviously, I'll briefly go through that. I've got a big surprise. This has been killing me the last few days. John Vallandigham, remember him from last week? He went on a one-man mission around America. He made himself a VanCam t-shirt up and went on this, like, promotional tour. He didn't have to do it, but he did it. Guess what? He's only gonna send me this box. Christ knows what's in it. This could really go tits up if it's something bad, but I will be opening it near the end of the show. First of all, we will do the big VanCam debate. There is no sitting on the fence. It's dangerous up there. We will then do Fellaini Watch. Yeah! Plenty of people have been out there this week stroking cocks. Previously Wanker of the Week, we've changed it to Cockstroker of the Week. We'll do that as well. Yeah, Colo. And we will do your comments. A look at all your comments that you've sent in. Thanks very much for every single one of them. So, crack open the beers, pin back your ears. The man, the expert in football, is about to unleash some top analysis. Anyway, we beat Spurs 2-1 at Wembley. I must say, going into this match, I was awfully confident that we'd actually beat them. So, to my surprise, after 15 minutes, Deli Alli scored, danced around like a bit of a dickhead. And I'm thinking, nah, still, you know, even though they were piling on this pressure, I thought, they're going to tire. And they did. And the minute we got that goal back, great skill from Pogba, great finish from Sanchez, I thought there was no way we were going to lose this. We were going to go on to win it. I was that confident. And the game plan, Mourinho got it right. Love him or hate him, whatever you say, all this part of bullshit. The game plan was absolutely executed brilliantly. And I tell you something, Chris Smalling, man. I mean, after me dogging him on VanCam, I'm sure he watches it. He must have thought, I'm going to prove that dick in the van right. And he's doing it, man. He's scoring goals every week. And last week he just decided to go, "Sorry, Harry, I'm just going to put you in my pocket for the rest of the game. Is that okay?" And he did it. He just perfected it. And he pulled out Kane at the end of the game and said, you know, jog on, mate. We're going to the FA Cup final. There was loads of positives to take from that match. I thought it was really good, the way that we played, intensity. Like I just say, the game plan was executed brilliantly. And it sets us up for a cup final. I did say last week that an FA Cup victory in the final, we can get that cup and finish second. It is progression. You have to look at it. We scored more goals, conceded less. We got more points than last season. And I've said it before. It's just the fact that Man City have blown everybody else away. And the fact that Liverpool are ridiculously good in the Champions League, said through gritted teeth, that's pissing us all off. We just have to crack on with the season, see what happens. Coming up this weekend, we've got Arsenal. And Arsene Wenger has decided to call it a day, which is quite sad. This means that this is the last match United against Arsenal that Arsene Wenger will manage in. Now, people might be laughing. I know all these Arsenal fans are, you know, they forget what he did for Arsenal. They're all, oh, Wenger out, Wenger in, Wenger out, all this bollocks. But Arsene Wenger, I tell you something, United fans should appreciate him. And not for that game where he got sent to the stands and he stood there with his arms stretched out, because that was quality, actually. But what I mean by that is, I believe that Arsene Wenger actually brought out more in Sir Alex Ferguson. I think at that time, when we went head-to-head with him, Wenger come in, you know, he had all these new ways, brought brilliant players, or even players in, you know, redeveloped them, made them, you know, superstars. That was all down to Arsene Wenger, and I believe that Ferguson rose to the challenge and made United even better. We had to really compete, and, you know, Fellaini elbowed them off because they were on our coattails, they won titles. They were a right pain in the arse. That's what they were back in the day. And these days, this match is not as big as it really should be and as it was back in the day. But one thing that excites me is the fact that Alexis Sanchez will be in that team. I remember Robin van Persie when he scored against Arsenal, and everybody was like, will he celebrate? You know, will he do the Ronaldo thing where he goes, no, I don't want to really disrespect you because he used to play for you. Down with that kind of shit. Just score a goal and run over to the fans. Cause mayhem, riots, everything. You play for United now. You play... That's not the United badge, it's my CSCS card, but you just go out there, you know, and kiss the badge and love playing for the club. We're paying you a shitload of money. I'm really excited because the Tottenham game was Sanchez's best 90 minutes to United shirt. He seems to be getting better and better. He had a cracking 45 minutes against City in the second half when we beat them 3-2. Whew, so much to look forward to. But we will kick off with the Big VanCam debate. We do this every week. I set a question last week in the poll. I'll tell you the result of that next. And set a new debate for this week. Hey! The Big VanCam Debate! Jemba. Okay, so last week we did the Big VanCam Debate like we do every week. And I set a hypothetical question. I was thinking about something that could happen and probably would not happen, but you just never know. I know that makes no sense, but I asked the question and I wanted to see what the VanCammers thought about Anthony Martial, Tony Martial. He came from France. We all know he come from France. The English press said he had no chance and all that. Anyway, I wanted to see what United fans really thought of Tony Martial. Would they keep him at United? And I dangled a carrot. You know what I mean? Yeah, you having that? Anyway, I said, would you swap Bale for Martial? Straight swap. If Real Madrid rang up and said, we want Martial, we will give you Gareth Bale and his man bun and all his tricks and goals and all that shit and his injury problems. We did discuss that last week, so you had to take it all into consideration and cast your vote. 81, it was a landslide, man. 81% said, no, Gareth, you're staying in Madrid or you're going somewhere else so you can keep that man bun. Down with that kind of thing. That's what you said. So that tells me everything I need to know. Tony Martial is well thought of at United and everybody wants to see him prosper and become the talent that he can become. If that makes sense, it does. This week could be another landslide, and it is on my friend Fellaini. I want to honour him, and all the speculation that's going on, it's looking like the Bush is leaving on a free transfer. He wants more money, and I don't think anybody will be too arsed. But this is your chance to say, actually, Kev, I would keep Fellaini. So it is a simple yes or a no. There is no sitting on the fence. It's dangerous up there. Make a decision. Stay on one side or the other. Because if you fall, you're going to do some damage. Yeah? So don't get up on the fence. Yes or a no. Would you keep Fellaini? Okay? Now, think about it. Think about it big. Because yes means that obviously, yes, you would keep him. He's a good plan B. A good squad player. He's a handy guy to have around the squad. Plus, we don't. In fact, no. I was going to say we get to keep Fellaini Watch. Do not let that, you know, blinker your vision on exactly what you're going to vote for. Forget that. It's purely football based. And if it goes by anything of football, it should be a landslide in the favour of no. And obviously the other side is no. You know, you wouldn't mind seeing him go. Wouldn't be the end of the world. And we'll probably bring in somebody who can actually play football. So this week's question, like I said before, I'm repeating myself, but I've got to, because there's some people out there that probably don't understand. Let me paint the picture. Marwan, bushy-haired bastard Fellaini. Would you keep him? Yes. He's an alright squad player. You know, fine head of hair and all that. Oh no! We can do better than this. We're Man United. I'll give you the result of the poll next week. The Big VanCam Debate! That was the Big VanCam Debate. Make sure you get involved in the poll. I didn't mention before. All you have to do is click up here. There's a little circle with an eye in. You cast your vote. Bang! It's done. It's as quick as dropping a like on the video. See what I did there? Yeah, we'll get it done then. Nice one. Next, that just brings us perfectly into the next part of the show. Everybody that watches religiously will know that Fellaini Watch is a big part of the show. It's a part of the show where we look at what's been going on in the life of a man with bushy hair who's really dog shit at football. Anyway, this is Fellaini Watch. Some say that in his hair there's a species of insects that's never actually been discovered. That's because the bush is that big and they can't get down there. And that also on a Friday, with a cup of tea, he likes a curly whirly. Ooh, all that we know is he's called Fellaini. Great ball in, it's the big man! Yeah! Bushy head tit! This is the not world famous Fellaini Watch, where we look at the world of a man with bushy hair. That's all I need to say. Anyway, this week Fellaini has been linked with moves to other Premier League clubs to put in with Liverpool, Juventus, Monaco, PSG and all that. Leicester apparently are after him, and it's quite funny if you want to have a look on social media and see what some of their fans thought of that. They're basically having absolutely none of it. But that didn't tickle me this week. A picture did. Somebody has mocked up an Avengers picture with all the United players in it as a kind of superheroes. Here it is anyway. So you've obviously, I mean, just to go through really quickly, I mean, you've got Lukaku as the Hulk, of course, because he's big and he's muscly. You might not be able to see it from that, but I'm going to zoom in a minute. Who has Fellaini been mocked up as? He's been mocked up as Groot. Absolute quality. This made my week when I seen the picture. It was doing the rounds on Twitter. Everybody commenting and everybody laughing at Fellaini being mocked up as Groot. It's absolutely, it's getting a double. I can't even do it with the left hand. But anyway, that is a fantastic piece of work which has made Fellaini Watch so much better than it would have been if I hadn't have found and discovered that picture. What an absolute beauty. That was Fellaini Watch. Fellaini's hairy head. That was Fellaini Watch. And the banter involved in that as being mocked up as Groot just proper tickled me, like I said. Oh, that's Fellaini Watch for another week done and dusted. So next it means that we now move on to something that was formerly called Wanker of the Week. We call it now Cockstroker of the Week. Loads of nominations this week, and thank you very much to everybody who sent one in. That really means a lot. But there can only be a top 3 this week. I've sorted it out into a 3, so enjoy and let me know if you agree or disagree with the top 3, because the number 1 is a grade A cockstroker. You'll see what I'm on about in a minute. Nice one. Now it's time for Cockstroker of the Week. Fish fingers. This is Cockstroker of the Week. Of course we do this shit every week, basically because there's so many people stroking cocks and all that. I've got a top 3 this week, and coming straight in at number 3 is Deli Alli. Why, Kev? Why is Deli Alli number 3? I'm going to tell you why he's number 3. Because when we played him last week in the FA Cup semi-final, Deli Alli got awfully excited because they scored after about 15 minutes and he ripped out the floss. What is this shit, man? Where he's like flossing in between his legs or something. It's some dance that kids do. Deli Alli looked an absolute dick because, like I said, there was only 15 minutes of the game gone. He's getting really excited. I can understand if this was the last kick of the game and it's seen him through to Wembley, but they're not going to Wembley. So I tell you what, Deli Alli, floss in between my arse crack. Because United are going to Wembley and you're not, because you's a specialist in losing semi-finals of the FA Cup. Number 2, Manchester City fans who invaded the pitch. I know you might think, Kev, you know, let them have the moment. They are champions and that, but they do seem to think like they're still at Main Road and, you know, they're back in the 60s, 70s. They did invade the pitch, but it wasn't that got me. It wasn't the fact that they sang champions on the pitch and that. You know, crack on, do what you've got to do, you deserve the title. It was the fact that one of the most, if not the most embarrassing song in world football, that yeah, Colo, that song, what a load of horse shit that is, man. They actually invaded the pitch and thousands of them did this shit dance, this shit tribal dance. Down with that sort of thing. It goes in the bin with half and half scarves, goal celebration music, the Poznan, inflatable sharks, inflatable bananas. You really get on my tits, but don't embarrass yourselves by getting on the pitch and doing that shit dance. There's grown men, grown women, you know, there's people there doing this shit fuckery and it really gets me down. City fans who did that, you are number 2. Number 1. Now, anyone that follows me on Twitter will know exactly what's coming. There's one person in particular that has nailed down Cockstroker of the Week, and I knew it was something special was going to beat it. Nothing special come along, and it is that special person, Piers Morgan. Now, last week, Arsene Wenger, 22 years at Arsenal, decided to call it a day. He said, at the end of the season, I'm leaving. Arsenal fans all celebrating like proper dickheads. But if there's one thing that Arsene Wenger leaving Arsenal got me, because I knew that Piers Morgan would be happy, because he absolutely detests Arsene Wenger, and he didn't fail. In his tweet, he sent this picture out, which basically said, I'm waiting for the call. The man is in a full kit. Grown men should not wear full football kits, socks and all. He sat in the bastard changing rooms at the Emirates, and he's actually put this out because he thought it'd be funny, you know, I'm waiting for the call, as if they would ring him and get him in charge of Arsenal. Jesus Christ, man. But Piers Morgan has been number 1 in this section loads of times, and I have great pleasure in nominating and telling you lot that this week, this dickhead, this full kit wanker is the Cockstroker of the Week. Oh yeah! You, my friend, are a proper cockstroker. That was Cockstroker of the Week, and I like nothing more than putting Piers Morgan as number 1. He's had it a few times. What a bad bell end that guy is. Just stick to phone hacking and all that fuckery shit that you do, man, Piers Morgan, you beady-eyed rat-faced bastard. Oh, and if things couldn't get any worse with Piers Morgan in the full kit, looking like a wanker, he only went and topped it off about the day after I'd actually recorded that section and tweeted this. Mo Salah is a more complete player than Cristiano Ronaldo was at United. Oh Oh, what an absolute dick this guy is. And apparently he knows stuff about football. He knows absolutely nothing. Don't get me wrong, Mo Salah's had a great season, but that is the main point. A great season. Look at what Cristiano Ronaldo did at Manchester United. Ballon d'Ors, Champions League, Premier League trophies all over the medals all around his neck. What has Salah got? Nothing. And like in long term, he might do well. But at this moment in time, to come out with a statement like that, he's a more complete player than Ronaldo was at United. Ronaldo was faster, he was more skillful, scored more goals, was better at free kicks, better at corners. You know, he's better looking, and I don't mean that in one of them kind of ways. You know, he's got the full... He's built like a T-Rex or something. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to end with your comments. Time for you shower of wankers to have your say on anything. I'm sure there'll be a lookalike in there of me. Let's crack on with it then. Oh, check me out. It's that time. This is coming to the end of the show. It's time for your comments. Let's try and get through these proper quickly. Why not? First in was the man who was inducted into the VanCam Hall of Fame last week. It is John Vallandigham, the man with the t-shirt who went around America promoting VanCam. He said in reply to everybody who messaged him, I'm sure he would like to thank them as well, but he said, "No, thank you, Kev. VanCam is legend. And one way to get these colonists to stop watching their boring, what they call football, is to get them hooked on VanCam. Glory, glory, Man United." Fair play, Vallandigham. And do not forget, at the end of the show, I will be opening this box that Vallandigham has sent me. Let me just cover his address and my address up. Look, it does say, "For the attention of Kev," and look at the top, $23.50 to send this bad boy. Ooh, what could it be? I'm so excited. David Conreen said, "Top show, Kev. I wish I had the restraint to hold off from watching until my designated drinking time, but I'm a VanCam addict and I can't." And he said about Vallandigham, he said, "Magnificent, John. A well-deserved VanCam legend, my friend. I used to rock long blonde hair myself in the 90s. Regards, Dave the Rave from Wythenshawe." Hope you're well. Hope you are well. We're getting through these quickly. I'm doing it. Alex Rudd said Cockstroker of the Week will be a converted prize soon. It will be. I've always said this. You know, forget the PFA Player of the Year, Mo Salah, the Egyptian Messi, picking that up. You know, Ballon d'Ors, what's that? People are now talking about Cockstroker of the Week. And fair play to Piers Morgan for winning it this week. Dave Birtwistle said, this was on the Bale and Martial, you know, would you swap him? He said, "Bale is class, but been there, done that with him. He turned United down," fair point. And injury-prone Tony Marshall has potential to be a United great. Up to him now. I have a feeling he's going anyway. Hope I'm wrong. I hope you're wrong as well. Martial will be one of them. You know, if we let him go, he joins somebody else, you know, he turns out to be what we all knew he would be if we just give him that bit of time. I think Mourinho needs to realise that as well. Look at Mo Salah, the way he's playing. You know, he bought back Lukaku. It's happened in the past. De Bruyne as well. Give the boys a chance, for Christ's sake. James Johnson said, "One of the best shows on YouTube. Keep up the good job, mate." Oh, I'm overwhelmed. I really am. Thank you. Kind words. Mr. Frost said, "I need one of those VanCam t-shirts, Kev." So do I, mate. I want one as well. John Vallandigham is the only man on the planet to have one. So he's setting his own trends. He's ahead of the game. And like I said, he's got lovely hair. It's because he's worth it. That's why. Oh, what's this name now? This was on the Bale Martial swap deal. Ricardo Caceres boxed that off. Said Martial for Bale. No thanks. Martial on his best day is better. And Bale picks up injuries like candy. That's a good metaphor. Yeah. Paul Prentice said, "Good laugh, top content and cracking t-shirt. On you, Kev." What? Don't be getting on me, mate. Many people have tried, but they get the backhander. You know, get off the back. What are you doing, you bastard? Jade Adams has come in and said, here we go. Hashtag Kev lookalike. Doesn't this look like you a couple of 100 years ago? How can making it look like me a couple of 100 years ago. Man's only 36. Turning 36 this year, actually. 28th of May. Hashtag love the show. Cheeky bastard! Tash face bastard! See the theme every week. People are just Googling, you know, ugly men with tashes, yeah? And they're just sending me in. They're just sending me them in. See how I did that then? It's getting me down, I told you. Stop with the shit, Jay. Fair play for the comment, lad. Next in was Ali J. Who said, hey Kev, loving the dreadlocks. Dreadlocks? Oh, you cheeky bastard. Cheeky twastard, you cheeky bastard. Cheeky bastard. Howard Bastard Donald from Take That. Oh my God, how dare you? How dare you? I've never rocked dreadlocks. I've never gone for that hippie type of look. You cheeky bastard. Can't believe it, man. And what a way to end VanCam as usual. That would be until I just remembered the box. Are we ready for the box? Remember, it is Arsenal this weekend. You're not going to forget anyway. I have been waiting for this. Kids, don't use Stanley knives. Oh, where that's come from. The box! Let's cut this bad boy open. Put it down safely. Oh, I would just like to point out that I really don't know what's in the box, but obviously if it's a bomb, anthrax, acid, anything like that, and the people, if something does happen to me and you're going back through my phone, Vallandingham's address is on the front of the box, so get in touch and get my family justice. Just give him a Chinese burn and a good kick to the jembas. Let me get this phone. Yeah, well, just think on in future. I'm doing VanCam and I'm opening Vallandingham's box. Okay, see you, mate. An absolute dick. Back to the box opening. I cannot wait. Like I said earlier, you know, if this does turn out to be bad, the man's address is on the front. Oh, it's, what is it? Is it a coat or something? It's bubble wrap. Yes. Oh no, bubble wrap open. It's some red. There's something in it. Whoa! You are never gonna guess. Cleberson's 16-year-old wife. Yes! I got a VanCam t-shirt. I can't believe it. There's a letter with it. Let me read it. Oh my God. It says, hi Kevin, hope you like this VanCam shirt. It's not the one I wore on the VanCam Magical Mystery Tour. It's new. Laugh out loud. I remembered that the logo was donated to you, so I used it. Received a lot of interest, especially downtown. I plan on doing it once a month, all spring and summer. Your show is great tribute to Manchester United, besides being funny and innovative. Oh God, I'm just so excited. I can't even read. I need to try this bad boy on. You deserve some help from all the hard work you do, bringing light and laughter to all your viewers. Thanks, Squire. John Vallandingham. P.S. My wife Susan took all the photos and she loves VanCam. And look, he signed it. Look at this. Oh my God, I'm shaking. I'm that happy. You know what this means? I'm going to have to try it on. Whoa! Holy shit! I am as excited as Paul Pogba in the hair dye aisle of his local Boots. I'm propagating it. I've got a VanCam t-shirt. This, do you know what? I tell you what, if this was the last VanCam ever, it would be the greatest, because this will not be topped. It's a little bit big, but that does not matter, because at the minute I'm on muscle gain and I will fit into it. I'll be like the Rock, man. Oh, I cannot believe it, man. Thank you very much. Vallandingham, I'm bowing to you. United are playing this weekend. They are playing. That has just topped it off, I swear. Of all the things I've been sent, I'm emotional. We're playing Arsenal this weekend and I'll be wearing the t-shirt for it. I promise you, I promise you. Let me just calm down. And for the boys, thank you everyone who has subscribed, commented, sent shit like this. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just a flippant term. I mean, really shit hot stuff like this. Thanks very much. The United Stand podcast, Paul and Ash do that. In the bio, you'll see all the links that are necessary to get onto there. Have a listen, because it really is really good. All the usual shit. Honestly, I'm flabbergasted, man. Just get, follow, share, like, subscribe. Go and do a muff dive. Don't know what I'm saying, man, but for United, come on, United! Woo! What a week!